All right, so Jim Ryan in the news again after more than 30 years with part as part of Sony in different roles, especially in recent years as president of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Jim Ryan has announced that starting next year he will officially step down. Yeah, so that's right. Jim Ryan will retire from his position as president of PlayStation, Sony Interactive Entertainment. Now, he did cite the need to spend more time with his family while having trouble balancing between working in the US and, you know, having trouble balancing between working in the US and finding the schedule to travel back to the UK and to see his family there. So that's another important factor. And what I've noticed, it seems to be music to the ears of many hardcore PlayStation fans. I mean, a lot of his actions and quotes in recent years, especially calling PS1 and PS2 ancient history and saying why would anyone play them. And plus he did like spearhead the launch of the PS5 and also some of the other exclusives, whether it's Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, even like The Last of Us Part 2. I know he was part of that as well. Soon it's going to be Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But so yeah, like definitely a big part of like some of their exclusives launch, helping them launch, and a big reason he was really the one with some of their exclusives being ported to PC. Now, obviously, he was not with the idea, but many developers for many years pushed him, and he got convinced. So games like Returnal and Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart and Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure, even Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn, they all went to Windows, especially Uncharted and God of War. Like they're on Windows, available on Steam, but not like they don't go to Windows at launch, not like Xbox, like months later. It's something that they do, so that's just kind of interesting there. Well, yeah, like some head scratching decisions that seemed like anti-consumer decisions, including like high price tags or like increases pricing later on, and stance on, like I said, backwards compatibility and cloud gaming service, and just part of the investment on like some live games as a live service thing that doesn't always work out, and investing into studios, but yeah, hasn't made the best out of it, especially since buying Bungie as well. But I mean, like for the time being, at least Sony's chief operating officer Hiroki Totoki will take over as interim CEO following his departure. Jim Ryan did have this quote to say, "I've relished the opportunity to have a job I love in a very special company, working with great people and incredible partners," he said in a statement. "I will leave having been privileged to work on the products that have touched millions of lives across the world. PlayStation will always be part of my life, and I feel more optimistic than ever about the future of SIE. Thus far, 40 million consoles have..." Oh yeah, wait. Sorry, that's totally different. So it's good that with Jim Ryan, like 40 million PS5s have been able to be sold, especially with all the scalpers and during the whole COVID-19 pandemic. Still not at this pace of PS4, but it'll get there. And yeah, another quote from Kenichiro Yoshida. "Jim Ryan has been an inspirational leader throughout his entire period with us, but never more so than in overseeing the launch of PlayStation 5 in the midst of the global pandemic. That extraordinary achievement made by the entire SIE team has been steadily built on, and PlayStation is on track to become SIE's most successful console yet." Well, the data shows that it will be, but let's just see if it can surpass even PS2. That's going to be hard because, PS2 is king, let's be honest. So yeah, he's been part of like recent acquisitions, of course, like with Nix's software for the PC ports and Bluepoint Games for some of the remakes like Shadow of Colossus and Demon's Souls, so forth. Even a studio owned by Jade Raymond as well. But yeah, he's also been very vocal about, with Microsoft getting Activision because of how it would affect gamers, buying PS5 with Call of Duty. And you know what I mean? So, But it also didn't help that also yes there's still some single player blockbusters, but there's been more of a focus as well on the whole multiplayer MMO games as a live service sort of thing. But I mean, like his stance on abortion regarding the Roe versus Wade did not sit well. His stance on it was left a sour taste in the employee's mouth, and that's why one of the studios, one of their biggest studios, Insomniac Games, did donate $50,000 to women's rights organization, but really could not say anything about it publicly. So I mean, like, unlike Sean Layden, Jim Ryan has been somewhat of a polarizing figure as part of SIE. Yes, there were some good moments. He did accomplish plenty, but a lot of his quotes, some of the anti-consumer actions, and sort of his stance on social issues hasn't, have not sit well, whether it's with the employees or with consumers or with anyone. And I think he's making the right move as someone who's been part of the company for 30 years. It's time to move on. It's understandable between not really being able to balance his job in the US and family time in the UK. It's understandable by now, already spearheaded the launch of the new console. Time to move on, retire, maybe do something else. It'll be good for him as well. And hopefully someone that can take the company in a good direction and hopefully build some goodwill, just like Sean Layden did in the PS4 era. So it's been a concern that Jim Ryan, mixed results, still again some good moments, but mixed results. Even then, like there's a trailer and a blog on a slimmer, sleeker PS5 consoles that to me look actually pretty good, but that's a different story. But all in all, a new sleeker PS5s coming this holiday season. But again, still maybe with someone else in charge, the company will be in better direction. I would hope that maybe revive some old IPs, or instead of the whole online live service MMO multiplayer. I know that they invested a lot of money in Bungie acquiring them, like for $3 billion or something, but it's good to like stay consistent on the whole single player blockbuster. After all, it was exactly what made the PS4 popular among many reasons. So changing the course, I don't think it's wise to be similar to Xbox, but I think with the new leadership and better message, I think they'll be fine going forward.